Hello and welcome everybody out to Game of the Month discussion number 39. Yes, it's recording good. Anyway, this month we were revisiting the one and only Mega Man X4, which has seen many re-releases throughout the years, as you can see here. This isn't even its final form. I don't even know where I'm going with that. But anyway, this is a PlayStation 1 classic in the Mega Man X franchise, brought the game to 32 bits, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And somehow, being a huge fan of Mega Man X1 and X2, didn't really care about X3 a whole lot back then. Still, it's okay. But yeah, X4 completely flew under my radar because I did not own a PlayStation, and I didn't learn about its existence until at least 3 years later in high school. Rectified that situation, bought it, 5 and 6, and yeah, that's a discussion for another time for 5 and 6 there, but talking about 4 today. But joining me this month, we have once again SMWiz in the house. Welcome, Wiz. Thank you for joining me to talk about Mega Man X4.
Well, thanks for having me here.
All right, so how did you find out about Mega Man X4? When did you first play this one?
So the funny thing is, so you mentioned the X4 went under your radar. X3 went under my radar. I thought it only went up to X2 until I worked at Game Crazy back in the day and was stocking inventory and was going through and had all of a sudden pull up a copy of Mega Man X7, and I was like, seven? There's more of these than just 2. It's like, yeah, completely under the radar. Also, absolutely terrible game. Don't play it. But
Same goes for 6.
So I mean, yeah, I didn't become aware of it really until that point. I didn't play it until college was when I first got my hands onto it, which is funny because I've got the GameCube Mega Man X collection here that I got when it came out. So technically I owned a copy. I just didn't feel inclined to play it. And yeah, it was funny. And I think so. I never played it back on the GameCube, and then I got to college, and I had a roommate who was into the X series, and so we started playing through them on the GameCube collection through my Wii. Apparently, the Wii has a video encoding incompatibility with those FMV sequences, and so it would just crash the game. So you could play X1 through 3, but you couldn't play 4.
How curious. I don't think I've ever heard of that being an issue with the Wii version, with the GameCube version on Wii before. Very curious.
I mean, yeah, something about the video file or something. Like, we did some Googling at the time, and because we thought maybe my Wii was broken, and like other people had reported the issue.
Interesting.
I eventually picked up a PlayStation 1 copy a few years beyond that, but honestly, like, this month was the first time that I gave the game what I'd probably call an honest try, playing beyond 1 or 2 levels.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so very curious. The thing about the GameCube version of the Mega Man X collection is that it uses a really weird bilinear filtering, so it just does not look crisp like Mega Man X 1 through 6 should. But yeah, I saw the ad for the Mega Man X collection for GameCube in Game Informer. So I just drove to GameStop right then and there. It was like, do you have a copy of this? And they're like, yeah, we got one copy of this. Like, yes! And they had the controller, too, for the GameCube. And I was like, I want that, too. So that's my story when it comes to the GameCube version. But yeah, if you're picking up the Mega Man X collection, there's a lot of weird differences between it and the original Super Nintendo and PS1 releases. In terms of like sound quality and a couple of video things, but overall, like, really great versions to have. But if you're going to get them in these versions, PS2 version's definitely the way to go for crisper video output. But, I mean, it was great to have it either way. But, anyway, so like I said, I didn't know that this game existed until I was in high school because one of my friends had a PlayStation, was like talking about it. I was like, no, there's an X4. Oh, man, I want to play it. He's like, you want to borrow my copy? I'm like, dude, I don't have a PlayStation. He's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, bring it anyway. I'll figure something out. I think another one of my buddies close by has a PlayStation. So he brings it over. He brings it to school and lets me borrow it. And that is when I dove into the world of PlayStation emulation for the first time with what was it, Kinetics Virtual Game Station, whatever it was. It was a you had to pay for it type emulator that was like had a demo on it, demo version of it where it wouldn't save. So I just left it on 24/7 until I beat the game, so that way I could like actually beat it because I couldn't save. And it ran the game from the disk drive, like it was super cool. Jeez, what controller was I even using for that back in high school? I think I had built a XBCD converter controller to use an original Xbox controller on my PC. I don't know if that was actually a thing around that time or not. I don't really care if it was or not, but it was some type of controller. But at one point, we'd accidentally hit the eject button on the disk drive, and so it crashed it on me. So I had to start all over again. But yeah, I played through the entire game on our family computer in high school because I didn't have a PlayStation yet. Oh man, and then I'd pick up a PS2 like 2003. And, that's when I finally got to really dive into it more thoroughly. And then the X collection came out like 2005-ish or something. So yeah, so very late to the party on X4, but it is without a doubt my favorite of the PS1 X games by a large margin, and probably my third favorite in the franchise overall. But it's really cool to just see the more detailed sprites that the PlayStation had to offer on that one. Like graphically, it was just mind blowing to me. Even though it came out, even though I played it well after like PS2, Xbox, GameCube were a thing, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these graphics! Look at Mega Man! Oh, it's so good!
Yeah, I mean the level where you're going around the spiral staircase, I was like, man, this would have absolutely blown people's minds back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I mean, even just like the simple coming to your base and the camera starting at the ceiling and panning down, that probably blew people away too.
Oh man. So the fun thing. Oh, I forgot. I have a Saturn version of X4 too. Left that one in the drawer. It's the Japanese version because there's no way I'm paying American prices for that. But it came out on PS1 and Saturn, and PS1 version has transparencies for a lot of its effects, which was really cool. And then Saturn is using checkerboard rendering on it, which is also really interesting. But there's a haze in the intro stage and the fire levels that isn't in the PS1 version, that's in the Saturn version. It's really cool to see. And then I also think the Saturn version actually had better music, which was also kind of interesting.
It wouldn't necessarily be surprising. I mean, with what the machine could do.
But yeah, anyway, those were the two original versions. But I just want to start with graphics here, this time around. But like 32-bit Mega Man X just had so much detail in the sprite work, and like seeing the character model for X and like the really cool color of like they gave him like a tealish underlayer this time around instead of the white of the previous games. And so it's like I love this color scheme on X, the like darker blue and then the tealish greenish underneath, and like it blew me away. Like that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite color schemes. So I mean, I'm very biased when it comes to that. It's like, oh man, bam, he's done. And then he still had white hands, so like it just looked cool to me. Like it was cool. Then of course the environment's super detailed and lots of stuff going on in the backgrounds as terms of like extra details, not really much in the terms of animation. Like you have a couple of like fading in and out stuff. And then the hazing effect on the Saturn version if you played that one. But foreground stuff would happen on occasion as well. So it was just cool. Or was there foreground stuff in this one? I can't remember that pipe in that intro level was foreground or not. It doesn't matter. Still look cool. Beautiful game. And it's smooth as heck.
Yeah, the sprite work is cool. There were a very small handful of times where I would bonk my head on something that I thought was in the background, but was really in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is just, comes down to an odd artistic choice, Like I think there was a section in the forest and a section maybe in the cyberspace. I can't remember now. They were
Yeah.
just like 2 or 3 times where I bonked my head and I was like, oh, that's a ceiling. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like I thought I was gonna keep climbing up this shaft. Like I thought I had a choice of up or right, and
You do not.
like nope.
Nope, you do not. Um, and then another cool effect that I really liked on this one, when you dash, you get the after image of yourself behind you. That just looks so cool. And so, on the PS1 version, that's transparent. On the Saturn version, it's not. So it's also another really interesting visual distinction between the two. But funny enough, I think I actually like the Saturn version of this game more than the PS1 version. But it's just great no matter where you play it, honestly.
Well, I guess we'll have to go into Discord and drop that in the compare requests.
For whenever Quick Compare comes back.
Season 3, we're waiting.
Season 3, 10 years later.
5 seasons of the movie.
Oh, man. I really do need to get back to that, especially now with all the crazy cool video options that have come out with the RetroTink 4K and Mike's awesome freaking VGA adapters that I still need to make videos on. And look at this, we even got one for Saturn, so we could do X4 some real justice for the Saturn version right here. Everybody, if you have been looking for the nicest way to get good video out of your consoles, we're just going to plug Mike's HD15 adapters for the RetroTink 4K here because fantastic. Super Nintendo, Saturn, PS1, Genesis, covered. And they come in cheaper than HD Retrovision cables by a small margin. Those are also really good too. So, like, don't get me wrong, those are good too. But anyway, ad over.
Well, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, Mike didn't pay you to say that, so not an ad.
No, he did not. He sends me stuff just because he's a great guy. That's like, dude, here, get better video quality. I'm like, sweet. Anyway, X4, here we go. This right here is why we are here. Anyway, so visually, this is just gorgeous. I think this is peak Mega Man visuals out of any game in the franchise. Is the PS1 games of X4 and X5. X6 does not look as good visually, despite running in the same engine, but X4 and 5, I think, are the prettiest of the Mega Man franchise. And, yeah, I love looking at these games. And X4 also had the fun distinction of using anime cutscenes for its gameplay. And they are corny, over-the-top, awful.
We're going to talk about this, because you inflicted this upon me by choosing this game for this month.
I didn't choose this game this month.
You put it on the roll. It's your channel. You did this.
But yes, they are corny, cheesy, over-the-top, awful cutscenes, yet I love them so much because they're so bad they're good at this point to me, because I've seen them so many times. But there's actually some legit, interesting lore aspects to them in the Zero campaign. The X campaign, whatever. The Zero campaign, getting to see Wily in the intro, and then seeing how Sigma became how he is, like, oh, so good. So good.
That Zero was a maverick to start with.
Yep, exactly.
Right. Now, let's not brush past Mega Man X's cutscenes too fast, because there was one funny thing. As I was watching this, and I was like, okay, let's not spoil the story on a game that's 30 years old now. But when that betrayal scene happens,
oh,
and
that
the guy
was
starts
great
going
one.
through the hangar,
that was a good one.
Slicing dudes up. They're Reploids, okay? They're robots. But every one of them that he slices, blood spray. It's red.
So
okay?
those were the humans.
All the robots are full of blood. Why are they full of blood?
Because they're Reploids. They're mimicking humans. Humans and Reploids can...
Why do you put fake blood in a robot? What purpose does that serve?
I don't remember the exact lore connotations, but I'm pretty sure that humans and Reploids could mate by the time the ZX franchise comes around. That's why like they don't look like the normal Reploids in that game. So, you know, like they're just
That's a whole level of terrifying I wasn't ready for, but
I don't remember. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure
also,
that's
but I just love
what
too
happens.
that this has a rating of K-A, which predates our old rating system. So kids to adults. This is rated for kids, and yet we've got a guy slicing people in half with blood spraying out of them.
Animated blood. Animated violence.
It's just funny. That would not get an E rating today.
No, it would not. It would be E10.
Like in fact, man. Right now we got a T on this collection here.
Yeah, it's like
but,
I'm trying to look at the Japanese rating and it got a B. I don't know what the B was for Japan's rating system.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, those movie sequences though. And granted, I'm playing this game in English. I have no idea what it's like playing this in Japanese. And part of the thing is too, it wouldn't really do me much good because I don't speak Japanese, so I wouldn't be able to tell how well necessarily they're acting, right?
No.
And I don't know how the dialogue was altered for the localization and whatnot. Because in English, the dialogue, some of it is real bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Some of it's real bad. It kind of seems like it was outsourced to a teenager who thought that they were going to be the next big thing, right, in their play, right? They think they're hot. They have all these thoughts and feelings that no one else has ever had before. And I'm a guy who I watch anime. I'll watch it sub or dub pretty interchangeably. I don't have strong feelings. I know a lot of people do, but like, man, we didn't even try with the mouth flaps in this. Like, we straight up didn't even try. Mouth be going, no talking. Mouth be like this, we're talking. Like, it's wild in some places. I could forgive all that. I really could. It's 90s, it's low budget.
Oh,
I
it's so cheap.
All that.
It's so cheap.
What bothers me, what was bothering me, was the inability to pronounce some basic words. Okay? Like, you get into Zero's thing, and they're like waking him up out of the capsule, and the alarm's going off, and they're letting him know that the Mavericks are on the loose. The Mavericks. I was like, the what? The what? They say it more than once. This wasn't a one-off. This is the person who just straight up didn't know to say that word, and nobody corrected them, and it just went into production. Then you have Zero shows up and tries to get the Colonel to stop the coup. Stop the coup. It's like, it's a silent P, my brother. C-O-U-P is coup. It's kind of like the word core, C-O-R-P. There's a silent P there, my friend. Like,
nah, dude.
How is no one catching this?
It's Blast Corps, man. It's always going to be Blast Corps. Because that game makes you want to die.
But I'll let you have that. But, like, why? Why did nobody catch that?
That's true. It's pretty bad. I mean, the localization budget on this game was probably crap. Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
I guess, like, I had assumed we had English speakers doing the English voiceover, and now I question it because, we're mispronouncing some words that, like, it's not, See Jane Run, but, like, it's also not, like, Shakespearean. This isn't incredibly deep English.
It just makes you wonder what you're fighting for.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started on this. Because you know what? I gotta say, honestly, watching all those movie sequences kind of brought the experience down a level for me. Because I'm like, you know what? I would have been okay with a text open scroll and a text ending scroll. Like, these in-betweens are getting very melodramatic and just... Oh,
man.
Like bad camp.
Dude, you don't get emotional? You don't get emotional playing through Zero's story? Like, come on. You don't got a heart.
Annoyed is an emotion, so yes, I did get emotional.
No, it's so true just how bad and campy the dialogue is.
They both have emo endings. Zero, I couldn't save anyone. X, is this my fate? Oh my
No, no, no,
goodness.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. X doesn't
like,
say,
oh,
"Is this my fate?" X says, "Is this
Destiny
my
or whatever.
fate?"
Yeah. Also, yeah. Again, let's. This is another nitpick. This is a nitpick, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Um, it your voice should fit the character design, right? Like, there's a level of
Oh,
it has to make sense that that voice comes out of that body, right? And again, X is a robot. You could put any voice in that voice box you wanted. It was weird to have like adult male stature with a female voice coming out of it. Like that's a little bit of incongruity to me.
yeah,
Like a lot of in the voiceover world, women voice, adolescence and youth and teens all the time,
and it's
and
fine,
it
and it
works.
works really well.
It works really well. Plus, you don't have to worry about them hitting puberty halfway through the production and ruining everything, which does happen when
Sup,
you
Kingdom
cast
Hearts?
yeah, yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
happened to productions,
yes, it does.
but it's here. We'll get the first flame war going in the comments right now. I said earlier I watch anime pretty interchangeably, sub and dub and don't matter. There's an exception. I don't watch the original. I don't watch sub on Dragon Ball Z because having Arnold Schwarzenegger type body with a woman's voice coming out of it shatters my suspension of disbelief every time. I can't do that. Right? Like if you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger on the street and he opened his mouth and a woman's voice came out, that would be very jarring.
Oh yes, it would be.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, because
anyways,
because
again, this
original
game
Mega Man.
is a nitpick, but there's a couple like with the voice acting. Oh, Sigma's was the other one. Sigma, where I was watching that scene with Zero, and I'm like, this dude is like trying to push the words out his nose to make a funny voice, and he's putting so much effort into making the
Tremble
voice
with
that
terror.
he's not putting any effort into the acting part of the voice acting.
Tremble with terror, you're finished.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when it comes to X, like they're like basing the voice off of original Mega Man, which is a kid. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it
that
was
makes
very
sense. Like,
strange that they used a kid voice for X in this game. But in Japan, if you played X5 and X6, I believe they have just the normal Japanese voice work for those games. So you have a more sound to X, which is fine. Like that works. But like in
I mean,
X4 now,
it's
X4 X is just a little kid.
yeah, well, it's like because Mega Man, yeah, he is a kid, and so that makes sense. If you hire, a voice actress like that, that perfectly fits. That's very in keeping with how we do things. It's just like I said, it was a little odd. It was like where I had to I'm listening to this movie sequence and I'm on my phone. I'm like, Google, tell me who this is.
Yeah, and then you've got Colonel and Iris being Australian. Show me what you got.
Yeah, it was a little odd that they were the only two with accents in it, and they're supposed to be like brother and sister, which again, robots questions.
Well, I mean,
But
rock and roll.
but yeah, I mean, though, colloquially, I mean, I don't know, like it's weird, you know. I mean, like mostly if they're supposed to be siblings, why they have more variance in their accent that I would anticipate.
Yeah. Oh man, and then General, like he's got like the laziest voice work of anything ever. I have no choice. So bad.
Which, yeah, again, all these movie sequences, like from the writing to the acting,
Oh, it's
like
bad.
to
It's
the
so
lip
bad.
syncing, to the just everything.
It's so bad. It's
Too.
good.
Like, and it's like I know you like some parts of the lore, like Wily's association with Zero and stuff, and
Yeah, it's
you know
fantastic. So
Sigma
good.
Maverick Hunter, which I think was referenced in an earlier game. But
It's
like,
alluded to in X2
yeah,
that Wily is still a part of what is happening. I believe he
yeah,
was supposed to be Sergey.
yeah,
I don't remember if it was the
but
instruction manual that kind of alluded to it or not, but there's like some allusion something alluded to the fact that Wily turned himself into a Reploid, and he was Sergei in X2, so you end up killing Wily there.
Yeah, the story on this game is kind of weird, you know,
It
that you start
is, it
with
is.
the sky station falling out of the sky, and it's, a maverick who's done it, who's, betrayed you guys, and
Love that touch,
then
though.
they're like, "Hey, we think the, replicant army or whatever they're called had something to do with this. Come in so
Repliforce.
we could." Yeah, Repliforce, that's what it is. Like, "Hey, Colonel, would you come in so we can talk to you?" And he's like, "No." "Well, if you don't, they're gonna be worried about you." He's like, "Well, guess what? Now we're Maverick Army and we're gonna fight for our independence." It's like, what? That was that was quite the escalation there, my buddy. Like,
Yeah, and that's
if you don't got anything to hide, answering a couple questions, like, and showing that you and your men are still loyal seems like a pretty simple ask, you know?
yeah, and it's also really interesting considering like X's intro cutscene is Sigma trying to convince the general to betray everybody.
Yeah.
And he's
Well,
like,
and
nah, dude. He's like, nah, dude, piss off. And then,
yeah, but then you get into the game and he is aligned with Sigma,
yeah,
so
he,
it's
he ends up
like,
joining with Sigma after that at some point
yeah,
because they get
that
accused of
isn't
being
shown to us.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
So it's
Uh,
like, yeah, it doesn't make sense
but
that they wouldn't go clear their
plus,
name.
he's got these other, all these guys that we fight who aren't necessarily part of the army, but now they're Mavericks as well. It's it's a very odd, like, and this is where a thing where I sit here, I'm like, did we lose something in translation here? Is that what happened? Because this story feels somewhat disjointed.
It would be fun to read through the Japanese script because I don't think I've ever done that before for this game, to be honest.
I didn't think to do it before we had this discussion. I just kind of accepted that the writing was hokey and I moved on with my life, you know?
Oh man, I know
And
that the Japanese
also we have to
version's
sit
a
here
bit
and think of
more
it like how
edgy.
how many how many soldiers did we kill in this game just because they were following the colonel's orders, and he and the
So many,
general
so
had
many.
turned on everybody. It's like,
That's what's funny about this game too, though, because you have Repliforce, but not every enemy in this game is part of Repliforce.
nope.
Because if you go into the boss fights, it will have a Repliforce logo underneath their health bar, or it will have Sigma's Maverick logo under them to tell you which faction you're actually fighting against with this robot master, which is
Mhm.
really cool. And it's not even something I noticed until very recently, like the last year or two. And it's like, man, how long have I been playing this game? How many times I've beaten this game and I just barely found that out? It's like, dang, that's disappointing. Because it's like, yeah, it really sucks. Like, I kind of give an example of it right here in this screenshot. You can see under Web Spider, it has the Repliforce logo. And so it's like, how long did it take me to realize this? It's like you got the people that were part of Repliforce, and then you had the people that were working directly for Sigma. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics, and again, I love the betrayals that happen in both campaigns. Like, it's a fun story point to me, even though the story for the North America release is probably butchered to crap. Like, it still had some really cool tones and themes in it that I just really appreciated out of it. Especially coming from X1, 2, and 3, where it's just all text boxes, like you just get the overall feel of what's supposed to happen, but you don't get to feel it quite like this. Like, as much as I love 16-bit era games, it's like it does not carry the emotional impact of what cinematics brought to gaming. And it's just like, it was good. It was good. I was just like, oh, dude, Double, no way! How could we have never seen this coming with your name being Double?
Where the crap did Iris get that purple orb from? What is the deal with that?
I think it's
Also,
hilarious that we have a daughter named Iris now.
We pulled a fight, Frieza there. She's like, hold on, let me spirit bomb this, and Zero just stands there. It's like, we're just gonna let this happen.
Oh,
We're
man.
just gonna let it happen.
Oh man, I will say I like Zero's North American voice for this game. I will say that. I thought that one worked okay.
I think it was fine. Um, again, like, lip flaps mean absolutely nothing.
Nah, they don't.
Like,
Oh
and that's
man.
the like, again, like I said, I'll watch sub or dub, and I generally don't care too much about that. I'd rather have good dialogue, but like, there's just moments where it's
Mm,
long segments of mouth not moving, but we're still talking, or no one's talking and the mouth is just going away. It's like, I
yeah.
guess he's just smacking his gums.
Oh man, it's so funny though. But yeah, story wise, like we get the we get the plot points addressing the fact that Zero is what is causing Maverick behavior, and like it's the beginning of expanding upon that even more than we saw in X2 and 3, because X2 and 3 started with that subplot of the Zero virus being a thing that's culminated in X5 and ruined in X6 and all that good stuff. Um, so it was cool to see that it was because of Zero that Sigma went Maverick. Like, I think that was a cool plot point. Um, and it's like, this is the fourth game, Sigma coming back again. It's like, oh boy, here we go again. Kind of sucked, but like at this point, it's like if Sigma's not in the game, like I don't think it's a good Mega Man game anymore. Like it's just become so common of a thing that it'll be crap if it's not a thing.
You really love fighting Vamp in Metal Gear Solid 2, I can tell.
Dude, he's not that hard anymore to me. Not
No,
fun, but he's not
but
hard.
narratively, it's annoying.
Oh yeah,
How many times must you kill a
nanomachines,
person before they stay dead?
nanomachines, man.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like Sigma. It's like, yeah. I mean, I get a little irked with him showing up over and over again. It's like Wily at least made sense because you don't kill Wily, you just arrest him. He goes to jail and then he gets out and he keeps doing what he's doing.
He breaks
Sigma,
free,
it's like you blow Sigma up every time.
and yeah, here he
You're like,
is. Because he's a virus living on the internet, man. He's Ultron. Which is why they made
yeah,
him Ultron in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or whatever it was.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
I don't even remember which Marvel vs. Capcom that was. It wasn't 3, it was the one after 3, the one everyone hated. Infinite or whatever.
Okay, I didn't play that one. I 3 was the last one I did.
Yeah, 3 was the last one I played too, and that one wasn't it. That one had Zero in it though, which was really fun.
Well, three was, an unfortunate victim of, natural disaster, which, we don't have to get into the story of what happened there. That game had such potential, and outside forces have ruined it. Ruined what it could have been.
Yeah, I still need to pick up a copy of it physically one day.
Yeah.
Man.
But
But yeah.
yeah, so yeah, we've talked the art, we've talked the story or lack thereof,
Yep.
the acting or lack thereof. So
Let's talk
we
about levels.
yeah, it's like we got levels, we got characters, we
Yeah, let's talk about
got
levels.
soundtrack to talk about. Like, what
Yeah,
you
let's
want to
talk
talk
about levels.
levels?
Let's talk about levels. Because this game has. This is the one thing about this game that I don't like. Because Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3, you had fairly decent sized levels. And they were all one continuous thing until you got to the boss room. Then you got your little intermission room where you could be like, alright, oh, let me mentally prepare for this boss fight. Alright, let's go.
Use any energy tanks or whatever you want
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
Weapon
And
thing.
so when it came to X4, they broke the levels up into two halves. You've got part 1 and part 2. And so as one complete level, they're really good sized. Like I really like the size, but like part 1, like okay, this is kind of small, part 2 this is kind of small. And on the PS1 and Saturn versions, you had a fairly substantial load time between them, which was kind of annoying. It's like 15, 20 seconds. Like, not really that long, but long enough where it's like, really?
Oh,
Okay.
especially if you take a death and have to load again.
Yeah, it's just, okay, whatever. The Mega Man X collections on PS2 and GameCube basically knocked that down to about a 3-4 second load, so not so bad in those versions, but it still makes the levels feel a bit disjointed from each other. Excuse me. But on the flip side of that, I have to sneeze. All right, there we go. Anyway, on the flip side of that, let's get back to serious mode here. Each half of the level does a different thing. It takes the opportunity to kind of shift around what you're doing. They're not more of the same a lot of the times. Like they basically are because it's a platformer, but it's like, let's take.
No, I understand what you're saying because like it does feel like two separate short levels instead of one regular size level.
Yeah, exactly.
It really does feel like that. Like, thinking about like the jungle, and the first half is dealing with waterfalls, and then the second half is dealing with trees.
Yeah. There's a lot more verticality in the first half than the second half too.
Yeah. Or Jet Stingray. And you're on a hover bike both times, but you're in a hover bike like inside of a base or a factory or something.
Yeah, and you're having to deal with the obstacles that are going to want to kill you if you don't shoot them, and the cliffs.
Yep.
And the second part, you're on the water.
And the second part, you're on the water, and dealing with what's his bucket Stingray launching garbage at you.
Yeah. And you still have to avoid the obstacles, otherwise you could kill yourself on those too. But yeah, X4 also, like you said, X4 did introduce the ride cycle levels that were present in all 3 of the PS1 games and also in PS2 versions to a degree, just different. X8 has 2 of those levels to be a little more precise, but so I actually enjoyed that level. I thought it was cool to see something a little bit different to break up the normal gameplay. Like, I always appreciate when someone tries something new, even if it doesn't necessarily work out, which is why I liked that Mega Man 8 more than 7 for the classic series, because at least 8 was willing to try something new. It kind of sucked, but it worked okay-ish. X7 to a degree, like, everyone hates that game. It deserves all the hate it gets. It did not work out well. It was not great, but I can still appreciate that they tried something new, especially after how much I hated X6. It's like, you know what? Just because you tried something new, I still enjoy this game more than X6.
See, it feels like a sunk cost fallacy, though, because like there had to have come a point where the people making the game knew that it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Like, especially fun to play.
Yeah, they should have.
It's like, if it's not working, you don't barrel forward. You take a step back and, fix it or dump it.
That's the thing that's always bugged me about game development. And I mean, I've gotten to talk to a few developers about it, and like, sometimes they just have no choice. Like, so much money has been sunk into it.
The company's not willing to spend the money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a literal sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it literally is, and it sucks because it's like, okay, we're gonna put out this trash game. No one's going to buy it. We're not gonna recoup these costs. Whereas if we take a step back, redo it, there is a chance that it could turn into something. But then you have the examples of something like Duke Nukem Forever, where they did that for 11 years, and it still sucked when it came out. So, like, there's no clear answer on that, but yeah.
The funny thing, too, with Duke Nukem Forever is I think if it had released back in the day with graphics equivalent to that time, it would have done just fine.
I think so, too.
Because that's really the problem with it is, like, you play this game that came out in, like, 2010, 2011, and it feels like it was made in 98 or 99.
And I mean, it's not like...
The way it handles, the way the levels were designed, it felt like you were playing a game from that period.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. It's like, it's not like anything past Duke Nukem 3D was that good. Like, you had the PS1 games that were not good. Like, they were not good. Like, you could still have fun with them, but, like, they're not good games. And it's okay to like bad games.
Yeah.
But, just going back to that for X7 anyway. But we're talking about X4, and X4 didn't have those issues. But, I mean, it was one of the earlier PS1 games that... I don't even know. Like, this game came out in, like, 97, so it wouldn't have been that early. Like Capcom would have had other games that came out on PS1 before then. So I don't know if it was like what exactly was going on with it that made them decide to break the levels up into these chunks.
I mean, if I had to guess, it has to probably be a memory issue, right?
Well, I mean,
Like,
Super Nintendo didn't have a lot of memory, but I mean,
no, but I'm thinking about the assets, however
it's
they
true.
designed this, like
True enough.
because, is this a 3D game that just looks 2D? Or, like I don't know the answer on that, but
Oh man.
I imagine, if nothing else, just because of, the much more detailed sprites like we were talking
Yeah,
about, that it might have just been too much to hold in memory.
that's true. Because I mean, PS1 only had like 2 MB of memory. Um, something like that. Um, so I mean, it's the thing I dislike most about the game from just the game itself. Because it's like, yes, the cutscenes are cool to look at, the voice acting ruins them to a degree, but it's like that doesn't affect the gameplay to me. Because once you've seen them once, you skip them, and it doesn't matter. They don't matter. Um, but when you play the game, the stage layout and the stages being broken up is always a thing that you're going to have to deal with. And that's always been my biggest complaint about X4 after
Well,
how fluid it was to play through X1, 2, and 3.
well, then the funny thing too is that once you hit Cyber Peacock, it feels like the problem is redoubled because of the first half of the level is actually three short time trials.
Yes, it is.
So when you play Cyber Peacock, it's like you're playing four short levels instead of two short levels like you do with all the other robot masters.
Yep. That level had some cool effects in it, though, of inverting the stage in the second half, which was really cool. And the time trials were okay. Like, they're hard when you first play the game, but once you learn Soul Body deals with the eyeballs and or how to dash more effectively and dodge effectively, it's like they're not hard, and it's still kind of fun to do them. But yeah, I mean, especially in the PS1 Saturn version, when you're having to do the loads after every segment, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I would imagine grinding that with those load times would be very frustrating. So I mean grinding in
Man.
general is frustrating, but then to grind with a load time in between. Actually, you know what? I'll say it's like I don't have to imagine. I know because here's the time for the angry drive-by. The game that the public calls Mighty Number 9, which in fact is Mighty Number Deuce, because that's what that game is, a big steaming deuce, had horrific load times. I don't know if they ever fixed that. At launch, it was abysmal. Like you had like 30-second load times
Ugh.
on a modern, at that time, modern console.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
I mean,
Could you
that came
imagine
out.
trying to play Mega Man X like today and having a 30-second load time?
No,
And
that
then
would
when
be
you take a
horrible.
death, having another 30-second load time?
I mean, I don't
So you
remember how the load times were in X8 because that's the newest Mega Man X game, and I mean, it had load times. It had load times. I don't remember because I last played through that in December,
I mean,
so it was like 8 months ago that I last played through that, and my poor memory. I'm
yeah,
not remembering how the load times were
yeah.
on
I
that.
mean, I imagine the load times on the PS2 were probably comparable to load times of that era,
Yeah, so I mean,
But
it
like,
could have been around 20 to
uh,
30 seconds to load into levels.
yeah, because I mean, like that game, Mighty Number 9, that came out. It was
2016.
before. Yeah, it's like it would have been somewhere like in the 2014 to 2017 window, just based on
Yeah.
where I was living at the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure it was like around
I know
2016.
where
Yeah.
I was when I rage quit the game, so it was somewhere in that time period. And
Oh man.
so,
What did that come out on? Like it got the Kickstarter and
yeah,
it came out
it,
on Wii U, and I'm
yeah, it
pretty
came
sure
out on
they
the Wii
ported
U.
it to PS4 and Xbox One, but did it get a PS3 and 360 version? I think it did.
No, I think the original Kickstarter had those maybe, but like I believe it got moved to the next gen. I think it might have got a Steam release too. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm pretty
entirely
sure it's on
sure,
PC.
but
Um, ID
oh
number
man,
deuce.
uh, awful.
Yeah.
First and last game I backed on Kickstarter.
So yeah, it says that it came out on PS3. It
Oh,
also came out
okay.
on Vita, 3DS, and 360.
Hmm.
Oh, looks like it came out on pretty much everything.
So the Wii U was the advanced one at the time?
Yeah, it was until the PS4 and Xbox One versions.
They had the gall to move that forward.
I don't even know,
Unmitigated
man.
cash
Yeah, that
grab.
came out in 2016. That's crazy that
Like,
it's been almost 10 years. Oh, man.
rage. Pure rage. But anyways, yeah, talk about like the peacock stage. Like, so I ran through that, not realizing that there was a reward. I was playing this blind, so
Yeah,
um, the 3 time trials, I got an A rank on all of them my first run through,
not
and
bad.
I
Not
was
bad.
like, and then I was like, I'm missing a heart tank, and I think I'm missing an E tank, and so it's like,
And
all
the
right, let's
armor
go.
upgrade.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing too. Is I'm like, I'm missing an upgrade, and so I'm like to the internets, and I'm like, oh, you're supposed to get an S rank on these to get stuff, and I was like, I don't care that much, It's like, and that's all right because I played this month of the PC collection, and so I got some achievements for beating the game without the true armor or whatever it's called.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's like, yes, that was intentional. Of course, I wanted that achievement,
Yes, of course.
Uh,
Oh, man.
And then I
But
did the 0 playthrough and I got ASA on my first try. And so then I got my
Asa!
heart. Yeah. I got the heart container and nothing else. And I was like, that's fine. Heart container is honestly what I wanted.
The life bar in this game is way smaller than what you had
Yeah.
previously in the Mega Man X franchise visually. But you can actually take a pretty decent amount of damage in this game, which was nice because I damage boost through a lot of the game at this point. Just take the hits and heal when you can.
See, you know my stance. If it moves, it dies. So I'm not about damage boosting. Now I did have to do damage boost on the level which one was it? There's one where the heart container is on a ship that gets blown up by the UFO.
Oh yeah,
So you
that's
have
a Storm Owl stage.
Storm Owl, yeah.
The
So
fake
you do
Storm.
have, yeah. You gotta
Storm Eagle, man.
dash. You gotta
Storm Eagle.
dash if you want. Yeah, Storm Eagle.
All about Storm Eagle.
Storm Eagle. Amazing soundtrack on that stage.
Oh,
S tier
still one of my
soundtrack.
favorites.
But anyways, um, yeah. So that gets the acid going up my throat. Damage boosting, letting those enemies live to go get that heart container. It's wrong. It's not the way it should be.
Oh, that's funny. I like that you get the flying ride armor for that level too. Like that's the thing. Like there's a good amount of variety in these levels to like keep them entertaining and fresh after being 3 games deep into the franchise, and it's not just a graphical overhaul. So it's like you got the new types of ride armor, which were fun because ride armors were fun in the first 3 games. It's not as expansive as X3's ride armor system, obviously, but
Yeah, but that one got a little too crazy.
yeah, so much of them were so pointless it didn't matter. Um, but like just breaking it down level by level, like Web Spider, they had the nice visuals, the verticality of the waterfalls. You can find armor upgrade in there as X pretty easily. Then you get to do a little log stuff. Like you get to really like just experience the platforming, which is really nice. It's a good intro level. Um, Second half is dealing with a bunch of hidden enemies and then the stupid spiders that come out of their web thingies, but don't really care about that.
Hey,
But
is there a way to kill those webs, by the way? I couldn't figure out a way to
you
destroy
could
the
kill the
webs.
spider and it'll pull the thing back
Yeah.
in, but then it'll just shoot it back out eventually.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was doing, and I was like, this is bothering me. I'm viciously attacking this web and I can't kill it.
But the cool part about X4's levels, when it comes to getting the Robot Master weapons after you beat them, so you beat Magma Dragoon, you get his little flame ball thing, and you get to burn up the environment to find the heart tank in that level, which is so cool. Same thing with the Frost Walrus stage. You get to burn up the thing to get the heart to fall down. Like, just a good use of the new visuals to like clue you into what you need to do to get some things. Just a really cool visual effect again. Frost Walrus's level, that's also got some really fun
Nice,
little
right.
throwbacks to it. It has Chill Penguin frozen in the background when you do the mid-stage boss, which was really fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
But that level too, like you could go an upper route or a lower route in the first half, which was cool. You got to do the little ice things. And then, of course, all the disappearing, reappearing ice platforms are this game's yokai blocks to not an annoying degree.
Yep, and the snowboarding bots.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it. I went upper route on both playthroughs. I didn't even see what the lower route looked like. Interesting.
um,
But
then Magma
Archades
Dragoon's
had,
level is
yeah,
cool. The music on that one's really good. But first half is dealing with the fire rocks that fall at you. In the second half, you have them coming up and down. It
yeah.
has that in both halves, but the second half gives you the ride armor, and this is the first game where you get to fight a boss with the ride armor, which was so cool. Because if you can get to him without taking damage, you can kill him completely with the ride armor. If you can dodge some of his attacks, it might explode by the end, but you can beat him without it dying, which is insane. And I'm not gonna lie, like him and Slash Beast, when I'm playing as Zero, like to this day, they still give me trouble. Like they bug me. Like if I can get
Yeah,
through Boss
like
Gauntlet, I could get through those two. Like I know I could be okay, but they troll me. They still troll me despite hundreds of playthroughs. I don't know what it is about those two, but they just get me.
it's interesting too. So playing through this game, so I did both playthroughs, and I feel like the levels are more geared toward playing as Zero, but the boss fights are more geared towards playing as X.
It makes you wonder if they wanted to do the dynamic swapping like they had in X3.
Yeah, like I don't know, like it almost feels like they wanted you to be able to change characters because like there's a lot of points like there's some enemies like where they'll put them like on a half step lower than Mega Man, but it's a really narrow step, so you're like, I can't stand there to shoot this guy. But if you got Zero with the sword, you could slash him,
You
you
can
know?
hoo-ha-hoo him.
Yeah. But then you get to the boss fights and you're like, oh cool, that last guy gave me dash instead of an attack. So I don't have anything that's super effective against this guy. Awesome, you know?
Oh man. I
And
like
yeah,
that Zero's playstyle really involved using the D-pad more though. Like it was implemented well, in my opinion.
it was interesting. I mean, it's kind of interesting like the constraint on it because you have a single special button and then they say do this while on ground or do this while in air, you
Mm,
know? So it's like it's contextual.
yeah. Also let you really know if your D-pad liked to misread things as diagonals. Because you could not pull off your up or down moves as Zero if you have a controller that really likes
Yeah,
diagonals.
yeah, apparently the up on the controller I was playing with is not super great.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah, no, it's fine. So, I was using one of this and I was like, I don't know, maybe I've played too much on this. I started using the control stick actually for when I needed to. Well, that's your Gillikit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's time
Or
to get
Gillikit or
it's
whatever.
time to get an ES Pro, and you can turn the D-pad into only a four-way D-pad, so that way you never have to worry about misreads on it. Haha.
Well, this is my like, launch day Xbox One controller. So
So it's
it's
probably
it's
beat to
my
crap.
it's been my PC gaming controller for a while.
um,
But
so I still got this in reserve, even though I haven't used it for a long time.
should I go open my sealed 360 controller? I
No,
have one of those.
no, don't do it. Don't do it.
I should probably sell that before the batteries in there explode.
Well, 360 controllers didn't have built-in batteries.
No, the double A's.
Oh, oh,
I'm
oh.
pretty sure mine came with
That's
double
right. They
A's.
came with double A's. That's right.
Like they're in the package, but not in the controller.
Yeah,
But
they
I'm like,
yeah.
they're gonna start turning bad at some point.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyway,
Anyways,
anyway,
yeah. So yeah, Magma Dragoon, Frost Walrus, Jet Stingray, Slash Beast, which Slash
Slash
Beast was
Beast.
on a train.
Yeah, that one was fun because you also get ride armor for that one. So you actually get ride armor in most of the levels in this game. Which is kind of cool because you get it in Owl, Beast, Dragoon. And then of course that Stingray is all on the bike, which is still technically some type of ride armor. You don't get it for
Split
Walrus.
Mushroom.
You don't get it for Mushroom. You don't get it for Walrus. You don't get it for Spider, and you don't get it for Who am I forgetting?
Cyber Peacock, Storm Owl.
Yeah, Peacock. I forgot Peacock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get it for half the game, which is cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we talked about the Cyber Peacock already. Mushroom, his level kind of unremarkable. The fight was funny because if you have his weakness thing, like you can straight up stun lock him.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea what he wanted to do in phase 1 because I just kept him stun locked the entirety of phase 1. And then phase 2, he like leapfrogs over you and you can just hit him in the back when he lands. And so it stun locks him. He's like, well, now I'm going to leap over you again. It's like Sting Chameleon in X1. You're like, you got the right weapon. This is like free. All he's doing is hopping back and forth.
That's how this whole game is, though. Like, this is one of the easiest X games to me.
Maybe I wasn't doing it right. Like, there's some where I was like, so Frost Walrus, like, I mean, yeah, he'd leap at you and you could hit him back with the flame thing. But I mean, then he's scooting along the ground or shooting ice blocks. Like, you got to wait for him to be ready to hit him again.
Yeah,
you know?
So, I mean, that's what it is. Like, when he's doing his little, like, power walk at you, you hit him and it knocks him back and then he does the slide. You have to air dash over him, then you just go up behind him and you just blast him in the back while he's slowly scooching along the ground. And you take him down to, like, half health before he even finishes one phase. And then he tries to do the big old ice breath that makes the big old icicle that splits up. And you just walk right under his chin and you just shooting him with the fire and he dies before he even gets it off.
Huh.
Like, he's a super, super easy fight.
I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. It was just, for me, not knowing that about being able to walk up and hit him from behind, I was like, it was just kind of a sit and wait fight, you know? For me.
And I mean, even then, like, if you don't want to jump over him, you could just buster the crap out of him as he's doing his slow scoot towards you, then wall jump over him. Because, like, he's super slow. Jet Stingray is another one where you just stun lock the crap out of him because you just freeze him and then he goes away, then he comes back down, you freeze him, he goes away. And so, super easy fight there. Slash Beast as X is hilarious because you knock him on his butt, which is so fun to see.
I must not have been hitting him right. I was using, Stingray's thing on him, but he was still jumping around and attacking at me.
Yeah, when you hit him, he knocks down initially. Then he has some iframes where he could do other stuff again, but then you can knock him on his butt again. Like, it's fun. The hardest one to activate is... the real weakness for is Spider, because you have to get both sides of the split to hit his web, and it'll make him fall to the ground and get super hurt.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did not get that one.
Yeah, so he's the hardest to
like split mushroom was like completely free.
Yeah,
like that
very free.
Was 100% free.
Cyber Peacock also.
Cyber Peacock was free. The Storm Owl was like easy. Like his weakness weapon riggedy wrecked him. He died.
Yeah,
fast.
He dies really fast, and it auto locks onto him by scrolling it up and down. So like that one's also pretty free. Magma Dragoon as X is pretty free, given the ride armor. And then you can use Storm Owl's weapon on him.
Fight, and I didn't bring the right armor. I ditched it.
Oh no!
It didn't occur to me they would let me take it into the fight.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So yeah, I bailed out of the right armor and I just, fought him vanilla, which was doable.
It's doable, but that one can be hard without.
In the refight, I guess I was like, all right, so he's probably double cyclone or whatever, right? And yeah, that booped him back and forth, and that was like Stingray, where he would jump up in the air and I would hit him with it, and it'd knock him backwards.
Super easy when you have that.
When you have his weakness weapon, that's
super
practically free fight.
That fight's hard for me as Zero. Like I said, I don't know why. Like it shouldn't be, but I have trouble with that one as Zero.
Dude, he was still rude to me as Zero. He kept just squatting on the edge and blasting out the huge beam of fire. I'm like, no, dude, do your little hippity hop so I can jump slash you. And he's like, nah.
That's actually good. That's actually good because you can stand behind him and just gash him because you have standable terrain just behind him.
I didn't think that was standable because like it's a lava square that he comes out of. I didn't think
you can like 1 foot on, 1 foot off and stab the crap out of him when he's doing that. So that's actually a really good pattern to get on him.
Okay. Well, I was struggle busting.
Walrus, Stingray, Beast.
Yeah, so
Spider,
we
yeah.
went through all those.
Yeah. Then you got
So
the upper boss battles against Colonel, who is a lot of fun to fight as X and Zero to me. Like, it's not a hard fight because he always just appears in the middle, so you just jump over it when he appears and does his slash, then he'll go to a side and you can nail him with his weakness, which is ice. The hardest fights in the game for me were Double and Iris, depending on who you're playing as. Those were very
dude,
challenging
Double was
fights.
so weird. He was going crazy all over the
Yeah,
place.
so what's funny is
Like
his
like that's
weakness is
mhm.
Double Cyclone, but when you use his weakness weapon on him, he spawns those extra things that attack you. So he's
Yeah.
actually easier to me to fight Buster only, because then you could just pelt the crap out of him, easily avoid his attacks, and then it's not too big of a problem. But when you use his weakness weapon, it's like you're having to deal with a lot more stuff, which sucks. Then Iris, she uses the beam, the laser beams, and as you damage her to her second stage, she shoots out the two of them, which makes it a lot more interesting to deal with, which is fun.
And correct me if I'm wrong, at the start of the fight, you can't even damage her at all, right? You have to wait for her to expose that core.
Yeah, essentially, because she has
Yeah.
to pull it out to shoot you with it, and that's when you can attack it.
Yeah, because I was trying to hit her with a bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Why is none of this working?" I was thinking that maybe it was like, the general where only the head is weak. I was like trying to all different places. I'm like not the head, not the body, not the legs. Where's the weak point?
And General was he's a pretty easy fight too.
So the X fight was fine. The Zero fight sucked in part because he was super rude to me.
Oh,
The only thing he did
he just
the
kept
entire
trying to fist you.
No, that would have been fine because then I could have got up in his head easy. No, what he did was the stupid, hover across the ground, but like he had his feet at ground level, so I couldn't dash underneath him.
Yeah, you gotta.
So he's just like, I'm just gonna ram into the wall. That's what he
Yeah,
did the entire fight. So I'm just having to hop up the wall and leap over him and
yep.
try to hit
Spin
him
dash
once
him
as
as you
I
go over.
pass,
Yep, yep.
And that's all he did the entire fight, back and forth, until it got down to the little sliver of health. And then he fired the fist at me one time. He's like, "Well, I'm about to die. Maybe we'll change it up a little bit." And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't like his fight. Like, it's not super hard, but I don't like his fight. It's one of the weaker ones. And then the Sigma fights on this version of the game are,
Reaper is completely free.
yeah, it is. The second phase is the most enjoyable of the three, but even that is really free once you learn to, because you can manipulate where he throws his sickle. So if you're on the wall, he'll throw it into the wall, so that way the electricity goes on the back wall, and you can just dash to the other side with him. And if you're playing as Zero, you could slide down the wall and stab him in the head a little bit. With X, I prefer to play it safe and just wait for him to like jump back to the middle, and I'll shoot him again and repeat. But still pretty free overall once you understand the manipulation, I guess. But his final form in X4 is so disappointing. It's such an irritating fight
It's
because
a weird fight.
it's just
It's
some
like a
weird
really
upper head
weird.
body thing here with a gun that it'll try to shoot you with, and then there's a little weird Sigma face on the ground that will either blow air at you into a spike wall, or it'll suck in garbage and shoot the garbage out, and you don't know where the garbage is going to come on screen from. You might actually. There might be some scripted patterns to it. I don't know. I've never been able to tell. But yeah, that's.
I
I
gotta
hate
say,
that. I hate that fight.
so playing through this for the first time this month, new additional respect for your damageless run on that Sigma 3 fight.
As Zero, even.
Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
man, I
Zero damageless Sigma 3 fight
with no
is
upgrades.
insane. I was like,
Oh man. Dude, I don't know. Like, maybe there was a way to manipulate it so he'll always shoot the air, because that's what I managed to do, was get him to only do the air. Because it's like, if he did any of the garbage ones, it's like, there's no way I'm doing that damageless. But he only did the air attack, so it's like, oh, okay, we just did this damageless because the top part is nothing. But yeah, that was insane. I've never done that damageless before as either X or Zero, and so it's like, oh my gosh, we just got this damageless on stream. And when you're playing on stream, your skill level drops like 30%. So that
because
that
you're
by
splitting
itself is
your
like, oh my
attention.
gosh.
You're like, I gotta pay attention to chat. I have to be entertaining and engaged. So it's
Well, I
like,
mean, I don't know about entertaining.
you definitely, it's like if you're streaming, you're playing worse.
Yeah, you really do. It'll be like I'll be stuck on something, I'll turn stream off and do it instantly as soon as stream's off. It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, Damageless Sigma 3. That was fun. It was fun to finally have that in the belt. But yeah, overall, I do enjoy the bosses in this game, but they are so easy compared to what has come before and what has come after. And so it's like this is one of the games in the Mega Man X franchise I recommend people to play first, just because I find it just to be an easier game to introduce people into the franchise with. And so while the story might not make sense to people, like it teaches you how to play these games. And then you could go back and play X1, X2, X3, which I feel are much harder games.
See, and part of it too, though, is like I've been trying to figure out how much I like or dislike some of the differences in this game, because like one of the things, like I mean, as I played through it, I didn't feel really inspired or a need to, for the most part, use the Robot Master weapons in the regular course level. Like when I
Mm-mm.
was playing as X, I was just using the X Buster. Whereas in like the other Mega Man X games, you're weapon swapping. You're using different abilities, you're interacting with the environment or overcoming things in a clever way. And there felt like there was significantly less of that in this game. And like, you only use those boss power-ups primarily for fighting the bosses, which is like it just felt weird. Like that felt a little odd.
And
Um
upgrades.
yeah, the upgrades.
To get the upgrades, you need to use the boss weapons for a lot of them.
Yeah, um most of them. But like again, it's like just such limited use where it almost feels like they were an afterthought. And part of it because like so many of them, like they're kind of weird. Like you get a fireball that shoots straight upward. It's like, well, most of the time that's not going to be useful in a combat level. It's like, yes, but in the ice level, there's going to be an ice block above you that drops a heart. It's like, okay, so I used that one time. Well, later
uh,
we'll put an enemy like blocking a kind of little path upward. So you'll use it twice, So twice, It's like, okay, that's weird. But what about all the
oh,
other
that's good.
weapons? Nah, it's like you you can use spiderweb to try and do this one jump to avoid the spikes, or you could just be really good at the jump. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's
Yeah.
kind of odd. Like it just feels like you don't really utilize your abilities to the full potential. And in a similar vein, this one I waffle on, but like there's if you start with Magma Dragoon and then go through the levels with like, the rock, paper, scissors boss weapon, there's like no backtrack at the end. Like you go back to 2 levels and that's it.
Hmm.
Like you go back to Frost and you go back to Magma and that's it.
Yeah.
Which on the one hand, it's kind of nice to not have to replay every single level. There are times when I'm feeling like 100% Mega Man X playthrough and I get annoyed playing something again and again.
Yeah.
But
Time to learn
like I
waterless, man.
like there's some points where I'm like, maybe the pendulum swung too far on this one because now I'm getting through this game too fast.
Like I
I don't
said, it's
know.
the easiest one.
Yeah.
It's the easiest one. Hands down, easiest Mega Man X game ever made, in my opinion. But um, touching on that, you don't really use the weapons throughout the level. I never really did that with any of the games. Like that was just my
Well,
playstyle was to go through
I mean,
Buster
yeah,
only.
you love doing the Buster only runs, and I love,
That's how
laying
I
wait.
get my challenge
Part of
out of
it,
the games now.
yeah. Well, part of it is you're letting everybody live. Okay, so what do you? Of course, you don't even know how the weapons work. You don't know what they do. It's like
It's
if it
true.
isn't movement tech, it
It's
means nothing to you.
it's true. It's true. Oh man. Oh, it's so funny. Um,
You're
but
probably spamming
X4
Plasma Sting Chameleon in X1 so you can
X
just run through the enemies.
X4 is X4 is the only one I've never done Buster only out of the
Interesting.
out
But I
of
mean,
the
like,
three that I enjoy replaying the most. I haven't done it on X3 because I don't enjoy playing that game very much. But it's like I do it on X1 and X2 all the time. But yeah, I've never done a Buster only on X4.
yeah, same as like, yeah, Magma Dragoon shoots straight up. Frost Walrus just drops an ice block where you're standing. Um, Jet Stingray, little vomit shoes on the ground. Uh, Slash Beast, that
Splits
one
into
actually
the
does
V.
splits into a
Yeah.
V, so that has some more utility.
Yep.
Um, Spider shoots out a short distance in front of you and then stops. Split Mushroom makes a little clone in front of you.
That is also very
Uh,
situational in the Cyber Peacock level.
See, and I didn't even think about that. So I mean, maybe that's what you need to do for easy S run.
Yes, it is. Because it
Okay.
kills the eyeballs.
Yeah, the eyeballs, man. That's what actually I got big mad. I did a run where I got through without hitting any of the eyeballs. And I took the shortcut too, like, like jumping up in the middle of the elevator shaft and
Oh, yeah.
stuff. And I still said A rank, and I was like, get out of here with that. I took 0 hits and I took a
Oh,
shortcut. Get out of
man.
here with that.
Oh, man. Rough.
But Cyber Peacocks locks on, which is cool. I did never really use it except for the boss fight, and
Nope.
Storm Owl is like a vertical V.
Yeah, it
So
goes.
like
Yeah.
it's like it's very different than like playing X1 where most of the stuff shoots in front of you like your regular Buster shot, and you can
Yeah.
just use it.
It has more utility, that's for sure. The
Yeah.
other thing that kind of discredits X4's boss weapons is the fact that when you get the helmet from Cyber Peacock stage, which you might not have done, I realize,
It was the only thing. It was like I didn't do the helmet.
it gives you unlimited ammo for all
Oh
of the
man,
weapons.
that would have been sick.
So you don't have to worry
Except
about
that you
them
don't
running
use
out
them.
unless you're charge shotting them. So you never run out of ammo in this game either. So again, easiest Mega Man X game in the
Okay.
entire franchise because you have infinite ammo. You only get 2 E-tanks in this game, which always disappointed me
Which was
versus
also
the
very
4.
weird.
Um, and you get a weapons tank to recharge your weapons, even though you have unlimited ammo.
Well, you get the
But
weapon tank pretty early on.
you can, yes, if you do. If you do start with Magma Dragoon and go to Frost Walrus, then you get it in the second level, which is useful. But if you start on Web Spider and go to Cyber Peacock next, you have unlimited ammo from the second stage on. And Cyber Peacock's actually pretty easy to do Buster only. If you know how to do the dodges for the things, you can have unlimited ammo right from the first level. So, like, it's kind of crazy. But you also get an EX tank. And so the interesting thing about this game is you keep dying, you get infinite continues, and it'll start you right where you were in either first or second half of the level. And you have infinite continues. So you start the game with like 3 lives, and then you get the EX tank, gives you 5. So very weird power up, but is what it is. The armor upgrades for X in this game are really nice, though. Like, I love the hover boots. They give you mid-air dash abilities as well, as we've seen in previous games. The armor, the chest armor reduces damage. The helmet gives you unlimited ammo. And then you have 2 gauntlets you get to choose.
Yeah,
So,
only one at a time though.
it is only one at a time, and you have to replay the level to switch between them, which kind of sucks. Because getting up there is a really frustrating jump at times. Sometimes it'll troll you. But one is to charge 4 charge shots and be able to fire them in sequence. And then, of course, the second one is the plasma shot. And I guess people loved the armor in X4 so much that it has continued onward into like every single Mega Man game after in some capacity as the ultimate armor. Or you actually get to start with it in X5, which is cool if you choose X. You get to start with the 4th armor, because it's like, why don't I get to start with all my cool stuff from the last game? It's like, now you do, but hey, they're way more powerful now, so it's not as good. No, it still is. We're kidding, it still is. But then in X6 you start with the X5 armor, but you can have an X4 armor with the ultimate armor, because there's an ultimate armor cheat code you can do in this game that when you get the first armor capsule, you get the ultimate armor, which gives you unlimited ultimate attacks. That's another thing that this armor gives you when you have the full set, is the ultimate attack that basically 2-hit kills everything.
Oh.
So
nice.
Yeah, it's fun. You just spam your ultimate button.
Maybe it would have been worth it for me to grind to get the helmet.
You spam the ultimate button with the ultimate armor, you're killing bosses in 2 hits. But yeah, even with just the basic full armor using it once, it takes off over half their health, and it's like, bam, easy. But you still have to take the damage to charge it and all that other stuff. So it's a good one. I believe you can use the weapon tank to recharge it. I don't quite remember, but someone can actually me that in the comments. But like, it's fun.
I just wouldn't remember because he's always doing Buster only runs on this game. Like
I just said I don't do Buster only runs on this game.
You do like a 90% Buster only run on the game.
But yeah, it's fun. But I like the look of the armor in this game. It's large. And going back to the sprites, we didn't even talk about how a lot of the characters in this game are massive enemies. Frost Walrus is massive. General is massive.
Yeah, and then you get to Spit Mushroom, who's
teeny.
He's so teeny. I'm like, is he the smallest robot master ever?
Him and Chill Penguin.
Chill Penguin?
He's about the same size as Chill Penguin, with Chill Penguin frozen in the background.
Though.
Oh my gosh.
He's thinner than Chill Penguin.
I think so.
He's teeny.
But a quick shout out to the Mega Man X Anniversary Collection that came out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch. There is a mode in here called X Challenge, where you get to fight 2 of the Robot Masters from the various X games at the same time. And so it's really cool to see the dynamic, because like it's the same boss patterns as the actual games, and so when you have 2 of them going at once, it can be really intense. So the first one you do is Frost Walrus and Chill Penguin. And so you have massive Frost Walrus, who's just like doing his slow walk towards you, and then you can have friggin' Chill Penguin
zoom in.
Yeah, you can have Chill Penguin just come zooming in underneath him while you're focusing on him and hit you, and it's like, oh crap. They keep their same graphical style as their original games too, so it's really funny to see the blend. But yeah, that was a really fun mode to mess with, and I have photographic proof of being #1 on the leaderboard at one point in time for one of them. Definitely didn't last long, but there was one point in time where I had a #1 on the leaderboard, and yay. But that's a cool mode to play. That makes good use of the Robot Masters for the game. But yeah, like I like the Robot Masters in this game. They aren't hard. They're cool to look at for the most part. But Storm Owl is an imposter, freaking jerk. How dare he take away the title of Storm away from Storm Eagle? But another interesting thing about this game, it's not really interesting per se, more of just a little personal experience here. This is when I learned that the Maverick Hunters weren't called Maverick Hunters in Japan. They're called the Irregular Hunters. Because when you select the Magma Dragoon stage, there's a mistranslation where they didn't change it to he betrayed the Maverick Hunters. He betrayed the Irregular Hunters. And it's like,
okay. I was confused because when I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a mistranslation, and they've kept it in every version of the game since. Which is really funny considering that they went back through and were like, you know what? We are not gonna keep the Guns N' Roses references for Mega Man X5 anymore. We're gonna change those back. It's like you couldn't have just gone in and like changed X4's little thing there too. It's to the point where I don't even know what the bosses for X5 are called now, because I play both versions frequently enough where I'm like, all right, let's go take out Duff McWhalen. And like, oh, he's not called Duff McWhalen in this one. Okay. How dare you get rid of my Duff? But anyway, terrible localization for Capcom, especially, it seems like, back in the 90s. But we already touched on that. Um, music. Music is about the only thing we haven't really touched on for this game, and I think this game has a pretty solid soundtrack. Like the intro stage has a different theme depending on if you're playing as X or Zero. I love both of them. Like I really do. I had the X intro stage as my background music on the Polymega for a long time. So when you turn on, it's just playing that song, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to play some X4 now. I think the X one is better than the Zero one, just on a personal level, but yeah. But yeah, like Web Spider, really nice theme. Storm Eagle, nice enough theme. Or Storm Owl, sorry. Storm Eagle's theme is amazing. Magma Dragoon, I really like the Magma Dragoon soundtrack. It's really pumping. Slash Beast, it's got some nice rhythms in it. I'm not sure if I don't know if it fits the stage as well, but it sounds nice. I don't know. I'm not a music analyst. I just enjoy it or don't enjoy it.
Yeah. The I think the soundtrack for this game was fine. Um, I don't remember any particular track like leaping out and grabbing me. Like
Mm.
how Storm Eagle's track like just reaches out and
Oh,
grabs you,
so
or how
good.
Wily 2 reaches out and grabs you. Like there's
Storm
there
Eagle,
was
man.
there was nothing in this game where I was like, we're gonna put the controller down and just kind of vibe for a minute.
I think Magma Dragoon can do that a little bit, but definitely not to the point of Storm Eagle. Like Storm Eagle is the gold standard of X soundtracks, man. Like I'm sorry, that track is amazing.
Yeah, that's I mean, like, Wily 2 and Storm Eagle. Those are like S tier Mega Man
Oh
songs.
yeah, dude. So many people have done remixes of Storm Eagle's theme, and I'm just like, I love all of these. Thank you.
Yeah. Power Glove has a metal version that is super
Oh,
cool.
dude, I'll need to check that out. Okay. I don't remember the last one I listened to. It's been a while, but yeah, like I enjoy listening to covers of that song because it's just so good. Um, but like even the credits theme I think is really nice. Like it's just it really is a nice mellow theme to like close out the game with, which I really do enjoy. Sound effects really well done. I love the way this game sounds other than X's
The voice acting in
voice.
general.
Time to get serious.
Like who the frick was that?
Well, that's when I heard that the first time, I thought it was like Roll or somebody like
Yeah.
talking to me. I didn't realize that was
Yeah.
Mega Man. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's not over yet. Oh man, like I love the way the Buster sounds. The special weapons have some pretty good impact to them too. Um, the enemies are fun to listen to. Split Mushroom sounds hilarious especially when you stun him.
Super high pitch. See, now that's a voice that fit the character.
Yeah, exactly. It worked really well.
Shrimpy Pee-wee enemy, like squeaky voice. Makes sense.
Yep, it does. So I mean, I think that the audio work in this game, outside of the corniness of the cutscenes and the questionable voice acting choice for X, is a very solid part of the experience. And again, like I was saying earlier, once you beat the game once, watching the cutscenes, like those don't matter anymore. Like they don't. You're gonna be pressing start and skipping through that crap as soon as you can. Like I'm just mean like the actual sound that's happening while you're playing the game is so good. And it's just you take a little too much damage as action, you're just kinda like, who the frick said that? That's the only thing. That's the only thing that really takes me out of it. Other than that, it's like music, awesome. Sound effects, awesome. Like even Zero's hoo-ha-hoo, I can handle.
Yeah, but what I'm hearing you say, that to enjoy this game, you got to skip the story of the game.
But I mean, you've already experienced it. You don't need it anymore.
It feels really detrimental to the product as a whole.
It's not that it's bad. It's so bad it's good. But it's not needed. If it was
good, you'd hang around for it.
I do a lot of the times, but I mean, I want to play the game. I'm not playing Metal Gear here. I'm not here for the exposition. It's like, if I'm playing Metal Gear, I'm going to be watching the cutscenes most of the time.
You know what, though? Maybe if they'd let David Hayter translate it at least, it'd be slightly better written.
Exactly. I want David Hayter Mega Man X voiceovers. That's what I want. And we need Cam Clark to be Zero. Shout out to my Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta review that is up now on the channel, by the way.
Yep.
You might actually enjoy playing that game now, by the way.
I don't know. Maybe. I gotta, it's in my save to watch later. I'm gonna watch that review because, really with Metal Gear Solid 3, I got yanked out of that game. Like my immersion got broken by how overly sensitive the camo system is and how extreme Kojima went with the environment. Oh, you stepped in a puddle? Now you got a leech. He's sucking your blood. You better burn him off with a cigar. It's like, oh, you stepped out of the grass for 2 seconds and your visibility jumped to 84%. Better switch to woodland camo.
Yeah, like, see, you're going to like this one a lot more. It's like, you're going to like this version a lot more, let me tell you.
Yeah, I was like...
What's funny...
You tripped on that log, you broke your leg, you better put a splint on it. Like, man, can't I just throw a ration down, okay? Like... Because if you're going to be like, you broke your leg and you need a splint, guess what? We're not doing anything else this mission. We got a broke leg, okay?
I know, right?
Realistic or not realistic, pick one. Pick a lane and stay there.
I know, it's so funny. But yeah, just a little funny thing, little tangent here. I know everybody that listens to this podcast loves our tangents so much. But it's hilarious how they're introducing all these things as new features. They're in the 3DS version. It's just no one played the 3DS version.
Well, it's because nobody, and very few people, because I have one, got the little thing that you plug on the 3DS to give you the second circle pad.
So you know what's funny about that, though, is that all new 3DS models with the little circle, the C-nub, it works for that. But what's funny, when I played through this game, when I played through that game on 3DS, I didn't have a circle pad. I did it all with friggin' face button aiming the first time through.
You mad lad.
Yeah, I love Metal Gear Solid 3. I was like, dude, I don't care. It's handheld. This is awesome. Like, this is going to take a minute. Oh yeah, we beat the game. No problem. And then I got the Circle Pad Pro XL because I had the 3DS XL and I played through it again. I was like, oh yeah, now we're really cruising. This is awesome. And now I got the new 3DS and it's like, all right, little C-nub still works pretty good for aiming. Don't matter to me. Game's slow enough pace that it's not a big deal. Not a big deal that it's running at 20 FPS and is very imprecise. Does not matter for this game. But yeah, Delta, mwah, good stuff. But yeah, it's it gave me my 3DS version on my big screen. Anyway, tangent over. Go play Metal Gear Solid Delta if you're a fan of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Otherwise, wait for it to go on sale because it is definitely ridiculously overpriced, considering it's a PS2 game. Anyway, I guess 3DS game. Might have been based on the 3DS version. Anyway.
Who knows?
Anyway, Mega Man X4. You should pick this up today, if you don't have it, and play through it. It's the easiest Mega Man X game. Get it on the Switch through the Mega Man X Collection and Anniversary Collection. And if you get the Japanese version, you can have both versions of it on cart, which is really nice. And it has the full English versions and Japanese versions, so it's still perfectly playable and easy to do. Otherwise, you can get on Xbox, PlayStation, and it's back compat, and you can play through it and enjoy it. It's awesome. And Steam.
Yep, it's also available on PC.
It's the first time X2 is available on PC, by the way. All of the X games, except for X2, got PC ports back in the day.
That's funny.
So, Mega Man X1 got a horrible DOS port. Like, awful game. Awful. X2, nothing. X3, solid PC port. Worked really well. X4 got a solid PC port. It worked well. Mega Man Legends got a solid PC port. It worked well. Not on modern systems, mind you. But then X5 and X6 didn't get PC versions. No, X5 I believe got a PC version here. But X6, 7, and 8 got PC versions in Korea. So,
Okay, then.
they exist. But yeah. So, good stuff. But anyway, X4, very widely available, goes on sale pretty often as part of the Mega Man X Anniversary Collection, Part 1.
Isn't it part of the Humble Bundle right now?
I think it is part of the Humble Bundle right now.
Right now,
but that's...
as of recording this, there's a Humble Bundle going on that has the Ace Attorney games and the Mega Man collections.
That'd be a good bundle. You don't have
Yep.
those games. But I think that Mega Man X4 is still like the best of the PlayStation era games and still remains as one of my favorite Mega Man X games despite being very easy overall. It's a fun journey. The story is intriguing. The localization is probably robbing us blind of a lot of nuance in it, unfortunately, but I don't know because I've never bothered to look. Gameplay is top-notch, my only complaint being that levels were broken up into smaller segments instead of being one fluid design, but it let them experiment with trying different things in different segments, which is okay. I can appreciate it, but yeah, I still like this game a lot, and I'm happy to talk about it whenever the opportunity arises because it is hecka fun. But what do you think, Wiz, as someone that is not overblown with nostalgia on this game? What did you think?
Well, it's better than X7, and that's
A very
quite the
low
bar to
bar.
yeah. I mean, having no nostalgia, I think it's serviceable. It's granted, like I haven't played X6 and I haven't played X8. I own them. I haven't played them.
Never play X6, X8. Okay.
Yeah. And so I mean, like, I had a decent enough time with it. You know, lots. It's little things. It's like the way the levels are split is kind of weird. The not using your weapons throughout the levels. Those atrocious video sequences.
You love them.
No, I unironically loved the 1966 Batman, and I'm looking at these like, what are we doing here? Like 66 Batman at least had the decency to be tongue-in-cheek, making fun of the subject material, But anyways, like this is. I mean, I'll upset you, but I'm like, this is probably a 7 out of 10, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Like it's
That's
passable.
fair.
Like
It's fair. That's fair.
it was a decent time. I think when I go back, like I'm still going to be drawn more to the original X, Mega Man X than I am to this. But there's some nostalgia there for me. So.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you like these types of games, it's definitely worth checking out. It's not like X7 where I'd say, yeah, skip it entirely.
Yeah. I still think that X2 is objectively the best of the Mega Man X formula, but nostalgia makes it so X1 will always be my top spot. But this just slides in right under X2 there as number 3 choice for me, just because it's still pretty solid, even if it is too easy. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a 9 out of 10 game. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's easily 7, 8 at the highest, but I still enjoy the crap out of it because it doesn't matter how good or bad a game is. There's always going to be someone that really likes the heck out of it. But I think that's one of the benefits of having done this so long is like I can objectively look at a game that I love and be like, yeah, this game is absolute dog crap, but I like the heck out of it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of 3DO games in my list for that. 3DO, the company, that is. Like, this game is dog crap, but I love the heck out of it.
Those Army Man games, man.
Dude, I love them. Love them. They're
Just
awful, but I love them.
They're awful, but they're fun to play.
Lion King for Super Nintendo. Awful game. Still love the heck out of it. Way better than Donkey Kong Country.
See, and now you're trying to get my goat, but I'm not going to take that bait. I'm not going to take that bait. I'm smarter than that.
Oh, man. Oh,
but everyone else should go in the comments and tell Ice what they think about him.
Seriously
seriously
rework my original retro review I posted for that game back in 2017.
Understand, chat. He's not memeing right now. He unironically thinks that Lion King is better than, like, say, Donkey Kong Country 2.
I think that both Lion King and Donkey Kong Country are the same level of game. Like, they both suck. It's just which one you have nostalgia for is gonna dictate which one you like more, because Donkey Kong is such a jank platformer with so much jank collision. Holy crap. Guess what? Lion King is also a jank platformer with jank collision, so, you know, same thing. One used SGI workstations for pre-rendered graphics. The other one used Disney animators for fluid graphics on the Genesis version, at least. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. One of these days, they'll actually get Donkey Kong voted in here, and I'm going to be miserable.
In any case, I'm glad that I said 7 to 7.5 and you said 7 to 8. So, like, you know, it aligns fairly well with your own, you know, nostalgia-fueled love of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you need to be able to look at this stuff objectively despite absolutely loving it. And that's the thing that bugs me by a lot of people these days. It's like, no, I love it, so it's a 10 out of 10. I'm like, no, it's not. You can still love it, and it can still have problems, and you can still love it. Like, I'm sorry you got like a love boner for this game or something, but like it doesn't mean it's perfect. And it's okay. You keep that love boner for it. Anyway. Thank you for joining us this month to discuss Mega Man X4 for the PlayStation.
Discussion number 39.
Discussion number 39. How have we been doing this for 3 years? It's so cool. This is my favorite content to make. Discussion number 39 in the books, everybody. Mega Man X4. Go play it if you enjoy action platformers like Mega Man. No-brainer. No-brainer recommendation, especially considering its wide availability to this day. But again, thank you all for watching. We'll see you back next month for more shenanigans. Looking forward to whatever the heck we're doing, unless it's Donkey Kong. But we'll see you back next time. Wiz, thanks again for joining us this month. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for having me. And while we're here, I guess I'll say, depending on how much you liked or disliked the video, thumbs up, thumbs down, hit subscribe, follow, turn the bell notification on, all that crap that you hate people telling you to do. Just do it and then be done with it forever.
Yeah, exactly. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hit that join button, too. Later, everybody. We're getting out of here.